Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video program. Friends, we are discussing about the major concept and content point of different units of different courses of MA education program of Indira Gandhi National Open University. We have already discussed MES-011 Understanding Education, MES-012 Education Nature and Purposes, MES-016 Educational Research. Three courses we have discussed, and we have also completed our discussion on first two blocks of MES-014 course, that is Societal Context of Education. In first block, Education and Society, Concept and Perspectives is the block title. Under this block 1, 3 units are there. Unit 1, 2, 3 we have already discussed, and block 2, title of block 2 of the course MES-014, that is Political and Economic Perspectives of Education. Under this block, 3 units are there. Unit 4, 5 and 6, that is also we have discussed. And presently, now today in this program, we will focus upon the third block. Okay, third block of the course MES-014. The block title of the third block, that is Social Context of Education. We will try to discuss the units that has been kept under this block. You see friends, in third block we have 5 units, that is unit 7, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Unit title of 7, that is School as a Social Organization. Then unit 8, that is Schooling as a social cultural process. Unit 9, the title is Teacher as an Educational Input. Unit 10, that is Teaching Profession. And Unit 11, that is Community Participation in Education. So today in this program we will focus on Unit 7, that is School as a Social Organization. So let us try to go through the unit structure, that what are the major content points are there in this unit, in Unit 7. First of all, 3 important content points have been kept in this unit. First is school as a social system. Then second, structure and organization of a school. Major 2 content points. Friends, you know, when we talk about school as a social system, you might be understanding that we consider school as a miniature of the society, or you can say school is a small form of the society. In my earlier video programs, I have already discussed that the things which is going on in a society, every society is having a structure, every society is having certain norms, certain standards, certain principles, and in a society, a group of persons, they are living cordially, they are living with certain common understanding, with certain common goals, you can say, common aims. And in a society you will find that a certain a set of rules are there, certain standards are there. So accordingly, the social norm, accordingly the acceptance behavior of the society, you will find that the persons, those are living in the society, they also obey, they also follow those rules and regulations. You can take the example of a village, you can take the example of a panchayat, and you can also take the example in a very broader concept. You can take the example of a state, of a country. So starting from a family towards towards the concept of a country, you can find that everywhere, starting from a small society to a larger society, the people do their discourses, and they come contact with the people. And even in a society, many organizations that work simultaneously. You can take the example of club, you can take the example of many religious groups. Okay, you can take the example of you can say different club activities. Okay, so just like when we talk about school as a social system, then definitely we follow all the principles, all the happenings and all the standard norms, standard rules, all the you can say the interpersonal relationships which occurs in the family is also equally practiced in the school. So friends, let us try to understand that how school is a miniature of the society, or how school as a social system. You see, in a school you will find that mostly the activities and day to day things which is going on in the school, the happenings in the schools, mostly it takes place within a group. Okay, it may be a matter of a classroom, it may be a matter of different activities within the schools, outside the schools, and every activities you will find in the school that occurs in a group. The child when the child newly entered in the school system, so school, you can say, adopt that child just like family. You will find that it's called as the mother is the first teacher of the child. So in the family, the senior members of the family, parents, grandparents, you will find that they nurture and they take care the child. So in a particular age, you can say maybe in 3 plus the child enter in the nursery education, okay, the pre-primary education, what we call as the early childhood care education. And then after, at the age of 6, the child enter to the formal system of education. That means you can say the elementary education, starting from standard 1, starting from grade 1. So here you see the concept that the child has developed in the family, come in contact with the siblings, come in contact with the you can say parents, grandparents, and other members of the society. So in the school also, though the concept is some extent different, still then such type of social environment, such type of, you can say, cordial group environment the child gets in the school. Okay, so you will find that most of the times the child engage with their friends. They do certain activities, they sit together in a class, okay, they attend the class, they interact with the teachers, they involve themselves in different group discussions, group activities. Okay, so mostly the matter which takes place in the school is not isolated. Okay, rather most of the things taken place in a very you can say social condition. Okay, so the interpersonal relationships and the interactions with other members of the groups, interactions with the friends, with the peers, throughout the day, throughout the schooling hours, you will find that the child engaged with many activities. And further, when we call school as a social system, we should understand that just like in the society, in school also you will find certain disciplinary practices is there, what to do and what not to do. Certain norms and standard is there, okay, with certain value system is also there. So that's why it may be in different school clubs, it may be in the playground, it may be in the library, it may be in the lab, okay, it may be in the classroom, it may be in a type of you can say study tour, in a type of excursion, in a type of outer visiting, okay, in any important places. It may be involving in school, involving oneself in different school based projects, okay, in different school based debates and discussions, in different school based cultural activities, co-curricular activities. So you will find it may be the scholastic activities or it may be the post-scholastic activities. Everywhere certain principles, certain rules, certain set of standards are there. And to engage in that activity, so definitely the child in the school, the students in the school, they obey, they follow that principles and that standard of norms. So that's why school is called as a miniature of the society or a social system. Okay, so particularly if I will explain, we can say that certain norms and standards that has been set by by the government, the education department. Majorly, what is the functions of the school? And in the school, you will find that there is a culture of respecting each other. Okay, so you will find that in a school, the senior class students, they love to the juniors, they love to the young students, you can say. Those are in the junior classes, and at the same time you will find the students in the junior class, they respect to the elders, they respect to the seniors in the school. At the same time, just like this is also you can say the relationship in the school, just like a family, especially at the young age, especially at the young age of the child, when they enter at the pre-nursery, when they enter at the elementary school. It means now it is you can say the foundational stage, or then preparatory and middle stage. Up to middle stage, that is called as the elementary stage. So up to elementary stage, just like the family, in school also the teachers, the head of the school, okay, and the librarians and other demonstrators, you can say, they take care of the child, they teach the child, they engage the child in different scholastic activities, different academic matters. At the same time, they also cordially involved with the child, and never provide a space that school to feel the child that school is something the matters which is going on in the school is something different. Okay, that is the matter of another world. So such type of things, the child never feels such type of things. So that's why a cordial relation, you will find that the school always maintains within the colleagues, within teacher and students, within the senior and junior, within the senior students and the junior students in the schools. Okay, so that's why you will find that certain norms, certain standards, certain you can say the principles, certain rules and regulations, certain disciplinary practices, that has been standardized, that has been fixed by the education department. And at the same time, you will also find that the school has also set certain principles. Okay, so another important thing, you can get it in the recommendation of Right to Education Act, that how to involve community in the activities of the school. Okay, so how to establish a good school community relationship. Okay, so here also certain just like for developing the school development plan, and for involving in the school developmental activities, all type of developmental activities, starting from development of infrastructure, at the same time in academic and other matters also. So here also certain principles, certain set of rules are there. Okay, certain standards are there. So basing upon these rules, these standards, you will find that this school beautifully function. So that's why, friends, we consider that school as a social system, school as a miniature of the society, a mini you can say a school is a small form of the society. Then here in this unit, the other important aspects that has been addressed in the unit, just like social structure and functioning of the school. So the school functions within the social structure. Okay, so never say that school is something different from a society. So you will also find that the school is just like a society. So that's why from very beginning this has been understood that without the involvement of the school, society never flourish, society never progress. And without the involvement of the society, without the involvement of the community, school never progress, school never develops. So that's why school and community are cordially related with each other. Each one works for others, for the benefits of the others. Friends, when we talk about school as a social system, particularly in elementary school, so definitely we have already discussed. Again, I am just highlighting it, that at the elementary school, that means the children who are coming at the beginning of the elementary stage, that is in the just as per the new education policy NEP 2020, it is the foundational, preparatory and the middle stage. So at the foundational stage, 3 years of preschool education is there, and then 2 years of formal school is there, that is class 1 and class 2. So when a child enter in the class in the foundational stage, that is specifically in standard 1 at the age of 6, okay, and standard 2 at the age of 7, which is part of the earlier elementary school structure. So here you will find that the child is very young. The child is directly from the family, directly from nurturing of the family, he or she has entered in the school. So they expect such type of love, they expect such type of dealing by the teachers, by the you can say other senior members of the school. So that's why especially at the elementary school, you will find that teaching is there, at the same time nurturing the child, at the same time taking care of the child is also one of the important aspect. Okay, so that's why the child should feel that the school is just like a family, the school is just like a society where he or she is living. Then friends, when we talk about school as a social system, in context to the secondary school, you will find that in the secondary school, now it is 4 years of secondary school, you can say, that is class 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. But earlier it was in 2 stages, you can say, that is secondary stage and senior secondary stage. Secondary is class 9th and 10th, and senior secondary or higher secondary, that is class 11th and 12th. So friends, in the secondary school, that is starting from class 9th onwards, you will find that the children, they are little growing up, and they are little grown up, and they have already spent few years in schooling. So that's why they have developed a type of understanding that what is going on in the school, the major focus of the school. So accordingly they behave. So here also they involve themselves in many outer school activities and many co-curricular activities which is being practiced in the school. Then we can talk about the Indian ethosystem and Indian values so far as the school education is concerned. Indian disciplinary system in schools, the relationship between guru and sishyas, you can say the relationship between the such relationship has started from the very beginning of the ancient system of education. Okay, you can say the Gurukul system of education. So this same practice you will find that from generation to generation, this has been transmitted to the present society, to the present school system, to the present Indian school system. So in Indian school system, you will find that there is very, among the teacher and students, they are associated with, they are related with very cordially. Okay, so that's why this is, one of the major aspect so far as school as a social system is concerned. So under these circumstances, under this cordial environment, under this conducive environment in school, majorly the school functions and the child, practice their activities. And further, the second important content point, which is structure and organization of the school. To discuss the structure and organization of the school, we can say that the school is an organization. School is a miniature of the society, and many functionaries are there in the school. Okay, many stakeholders are there in the school. Just like you can say the direct stakeholders, the direct beneficiaries are the children, are the students. At the same time, the parents of the children, they are also one of the important stakeholders. They also involve themselves in the school processes. Then further, you can also take the example the community members. The community member, they are also part of this organization, part of this miniature of the society, that is school. Then we can take the example of the local government. Okay, particularly at the punch level, at the sarpanch level, you can say at the panchayat level. Okay, just like the ward member, the sarpanch, and other elected member in the local government. So they are also one of the stakeholders. And further you can say the education board, you can say, that is block education resources, your cluster education resources, block education department, district education department, then further you can say education department of the state. Okay, so they also a part of this organization of the school. So with cordially related with each other, they have their defined functionaries, that what the education department will do, what the local government will do, what the community will do for the school. At the same time, what is the role and responsibilities, what the parents should do for the development of the school, and what is the role of the teacher, what is the role of the students, what is the disciplinary practices of the students, what should be the desirable behavior of the students in the school. Okay, and further, what is the duties, what is the responsibility of the teacher. Okay, to teach, at the same time to nurture, to look after the child. Okay, so these are also in the larger organization. So these are you can say the stakeholders, they also participate, and they are having they have certain rules, certain functionaries. Okay, so accordingly they do their duties. Then further you can say the principles of authorities. At the same time, many a time you must have realized the bureaucracy system in the schools. Many schools you will find that the rules and regulations are very strictly followed. Okay, so you see, when we talk about the child-centered education, when we talk about that all our school experiences, all our school practices, that should be centered towards the purpose, towards the need of the child, towards the interest of the child, towards the aptitude of this child, towards the abilities of the child. So that's why bureaucratization of school should not be appreciated. Rather, a cordial relation, rather you can say a flexible approach, adopting a flexible approach in the school, so far as the scholastic and co-scholastic activities are concerned, that should be maintained in the school. And the authorities in the schools, you can say the head of the schools, the principals, the subject teachers, the supervisory teachers. At the same time, the other school-based authorities, maybe from the government, maybe from the education department of the state, education department from the district. So they should act properly. They should discharge their duties as per the purpose of the functioning of the school. So friends, this unit school as a social organization, we have understand that in a society, what is going on, the same thing being practiced in the school. Just like the activities in organization, the school also organize in a very formal way, in a very it follows all the rules and regulations, obeys set rules and regulations, guidelines, principles set by the government, at the same time set by the schools at the institutional level. So friends, we have discussed Unit 7 School as a Social Organization. In our next program, we will discuss about the concept of other units. Thank you.